Welcome to Neville Manifestation, a space where you don't just listen, you awaken to the power already within you. If you're here, it's not by chance. It's because something inside you is ready to rise, ready to shift, and ready to claim a life far greater than what you've been settling for. Today, we are not just talking about change, we are stepping into it together. What if everything you've been taught about success is incomplete? What if the life you dream of isn't built by effort alone, but by something far more powerful within you? Right now, in this very moment, your thoughts are quietly shaping your future, deciding what you attract and what you miss. The question is not whether it works. The question is, are you using it in your favor or against yourself? Take a moment, close your eyes, and truly feel this. Feel the presence of the wealth that already belongs to you. Not somewhere far away in the future, not as something you hope for one day, but as something that exists within you right now. This is your moment. The millions you desire are not outside waiting to be found. They are already within you, waiting to be recognized. There is a principle at work in this world that very few people truly understand. It goes beyond effort, struggle, or luck. It is the law of assumption. Whatever you accept as true within yourself must eventually take shape in your external reality. You are not here to chase wealth or beg for it. You are here to step into the version of yourself that already has it. You think like that person, move like that person, and live with the quiet certainty that abundance is already yours. Your imagination is more powerful than you realize. Every fortune, every empire, every success story first existed in the unseen before it ever appeared in the physical world. The key is simple, yet often ignored. You must feel wealthy before wealth shows up in your life. Not as a passing thought or a temporary fantasy, but as something solid and real inside you. Most people fail because they keep pushing their success into the future. They say, one day I'll have it, and by doing that, they keep it out of reach. There is no one day. There is only this moment. The instant you fully accept the identity of someone who is already wealthy, life begins to rearrange itself to reflect that belief. But there's something important many people overlook. Wealth flows more easily to a calm and steady mind. Fear, stress, and desperation block it, while confidence and inner peace allow it to come freely. When you trust that abundance is already yours, things begin to move naturally. When doubt takes over, everything feels delayed. You don't need to figure out every step or force things into place. The path will reveal itself. Your role is simply to know without hesitation that it is already done. Money is not attracted through stress. It responds to certainty. When you stop focusing on what's missing and instead see yourself as already having everything you need, everything begins to shift. When your inner conversation changes from I need to I already have, that is when transformation begins. There's one more powerful element that ties everything together, and that is gratitude. Not gratitude for something you hope will come, but gratitude for what you already accept as yours. When you feel thankful for your abundance now, it shows that you truly believe in it. Gratitude is a sign of faith, and faith brings things into reality. So understand this clearly. Your time is not coming later. It is here right now. You will experience wealth because at your core, you already possess it. Feel it deeply, believe it fully, live from it daily, and watch how life responds to your conviction. Now picture yourself surrounded by everything you've ever wanted. The financial freedom, the comfort, the security, it's all here. Not as a distant dream, but as something real in this moment. Ask yourself, how does it feel? If you can truly step into that feeling, if you can allow yourself to experience it as real without doubt, then you have discovered something powerful. The feeling must come first. The physical results follow. Most people spend their lives waiting. They look at their current situation and let it decide how they feel. If their bank account is low, they feel lack. If problems appear, they feel fear. If success seems far away, they feel frustration. Without realizing it, they keep repeating the same cycle because their outer world is simply reflecting what they feel inside. Nothing can appear in your life unless it already exists within you in some form. The life of abundance you want does not come because you desperately need it. It comes when you align yourself with the feeling that it is already yours. Your imagination is not meant for escape, it is a creative force. When you fully accept the identity of someone who is already successful and abundant, life begins to mirror that back to you. This is not about pretending or fooling yourself, it is about a deep internal shift. Someone who is truly wealthy does not wake up worried about money. They don't question their ability to afford things. They move through life with quiet confidence, knowing everything they need is already taken care of. Opportunities come naturally and money flows easily. That is the state you must step into. Not later, not when you see proof, but now, before anything changes externally. Many people struggle with this idea because they've been taught that success only comes through hard effort and struggle. They believe wealth must be chased and earned through constant sacrifice. But if that were the full truth, then every hard-working person would be wealthy. And every wealthy person would be working harder than anyone else. We know that's not how it works. Some people work endlessly and still struggle, while others seem to attract success with ease. The difference is not just in what they do, but in what they believe. Life does not respond to what you wish for, it responds to who you are being. If you feel lack, you will continue to experience it. If you feel struggle, life will reflect that back to you. But when you feel abundant, when you carry yourself with the certainty that you already have more than enough, everything begins to change. Money starts coming in ways you didn't expect, opportunities appear at the right time, situations begin to work in your favor. This is not luck or coincidence. It is how life responds to your inner state. Every successful person, in one way or another, believed in their success before anyone else could see it. They held on to that belief even when there was no visible proof. And that is what you must do now. They didn't sit around waiting for proof to appear, they became the proof themselves. They lived from the end result, fully stepping into the feeling of already being wealthy, and life responded to that inner certainty. So where do you begin? You begin by letting go of the idea that money is separate from you. Stop treating it like something far away, something outside your reach, something you must fight for. Instead, claim it as already yours. Feel the peace, the freedom, and the security that comes with having it. Even if you cannot yet see physical evidence, you choose to live as if it is already done. You allow that feeling to guide your thoughts, your actions, and your entire way of being. Of course, doubt will try to show up. Old patterns of fear and worry may try to pull you back into familiar thinking. But you must stay grounded in your new state. Every time you feel tempted to look at your current situation and feel discouraged, remind yourself that what you see right now is only the result of past thinking. It is not permanent and it does not define what is possible. Your circumstances only have power if you give it to them. What truly matters is what you accept as true within yourself. The moment you fully commit to this shift, you will begin to notice changes. At first, they might be small. Maybe an unexpected opportunity comes your way. Maybe you receive money from a source you didn't anticipate. Maybe you feel a sudden idea or inspiration that leads you towards something bigger. As you continue to live in the feeling of already having wealth, these small shifts begin to grow. Gradually, your reality starts to reshape itself around your new belief. And before long, what once felt like imagination becomes something you can clearly see and experience. Your only responsibility is to remain consistent. Stay in the state of already having what you desire, no matter what your external world looks like. Hold on to the knowing that what you seek is already yours. And when it arrives, it won't feel like a surprise. It will feel natural, like something that was always meant to happen, because you have already accepted it as your truth. Look around for a moment. Everything seems to move in a straight line, from past to present to future. But this is just how we've been taught to understand reality. In truth, time is not something you pass through. It is something shaped by your awareness. Every possible version of your life already exists. The version of you who has everything you want is not waiting somewhere far ahead. That version exists right now. The only difference is whether you are aligned with it. We've been taught that time is a barrier, that we must wait, struggle, and earn our way step by step. But the moment you accept that belief, you push your desires further away. When you say, I'll have it someday, you create distance between you and what you want. The way to bring your desires into your life faster is to understand that they already exist and to step into the version of yourself who already has them. This isn't just an idea, it's how reality operates. What you want is not something you need to chase, it's a state of being, and that state is available to you right now. The moment you align yourself with the feeling of already having it, everything begins to shift. Time starts to work in your favor. This is why some people see results quickly, while others feel stuck waiting. Those who succeed don't keep postponing their desires. They accept them as already real. Think of time like a flowing river. Most people believe they are just drifting along it, unable to control how fast things happen. But in reality, the flow reflects your inner state. When you say it's coming, you place yourself in a constant state of waiting. But when you say it's already here, you bring it into your present experience. You are not controlled by time. Time responds to you. One of the biggest mistakes people make is using their current situation as proof of what is possible. They check their bank balance, their surroundings, their results, and if they don't see what they want, they assume it's far away. But the outer world doesn't create your reality, it reflects it. If you keep believing that your desires are in the future, they will stay there. You have to shift your identity. Move through life as someone who already has what they want. Not with arrogance, but with quiet confidence. When you align with that version of yourself, everything starts to reorganize. You find yourself in the right situations. Opportunities appear without force. People and events begin to line up in ways you couldn't have planned. This is why some people seem to attract success so easily, while others struggle for years. The difference is not effort alone, it's belief. Those who succeed don't wait, they assume. They know deep down that what they want already belongs to them. And because they don't doubt it, everything moves faster. So how do you step into this? You stop placing your desires in the future. You stop saying, I will have it. Instead, you start saying, I already have it. You fully step into that feeling. You let yourself experience it as real. The more you stay in that state, the more your outer world is forced to match it. Your role is not to chase or control. Your role is to align. To recognize that the version of you who already has everything you want is not waiting somewhere else. It exists right now. And the moment you claim that version as your reality, time stops being an obstacle. It becomes something that works for you, bringing your desires into form. There is a misunderstanding that has been passed down for generations about wealth and success. From a young age, you've been told that hard work and struggle are the only ways to achieve it. That you must push, sacrifice, and keep fighting until you finally get what you want. But look closely at the world. Do the most successful people move with stress and constant struggle? Or do they move with calm, confidence, and certainty? The truth is, wealth doesn't come from struggle, it comes from alignment. The more you force things, the more you reinforce the belief that what you want is far away. You tell yourself that it's something you don't yet have. When you feel desperate or worried about whether something will happen, you are actually affirming that it hasn't happened yet. And since your outer world reflects your inner state, it continues to show you that same lack. But the moment you relax, the moment you stop trying so hard, something shifts. You move into a state of knowing, a quiet certainty that says, of course it's mine. From that place, things begin to flow naturally. Opportunities come without resistance. Money finds its way to you in ways that feel effortless. Think of a river flowing smoothly. It doesn't struggle to move forward. It simply follows its path with ease. Now imagine trying to control that river by throwing obstacles in its way, trying to force it into a direction. What happens? The flow gets disrupted. When water is disturbed, it becomes rough and unstable. Its natural movement is interrupted, and instead of flowing smoothly, it turns chaotic. This is exactly what happens when your mind is filled with stress, fear, and the belief that you must struggle to achieve wealth. You interrupt the natural flow that would otherwise bring things to you with ease. Now picture a quiet lake. Its surface is calm, still, and clear. In that state, it reflects everything perfectly. This is how your mind should be. A calm, steady mind reflects abundance back into your life without resistance. But the moment you drop a stone of fear into that lake, the surface begins to ripple and the reflection becomes distorted. The same thing happens when worry and doubt take over your thoughts. Your inner state becomes unsettled, and that disruption affects what flows into your life. Wealth moves best where there is clarity and calm, not chaos and tension. So, how do you reach that peaceful state? It starts with understanding that wealth is not something outside of you that you must chase or fight for. It already belongs to you. It's not about earning it through struggle, it's about allowing it to come through alignment. The moment you stop chasing and release the belief that everything must be hard, you move into a space where receiving becomes natural. Doubt and fear act like barriers, slowing everything down. But when you replace them with certainty, ease, and quiet expectation, those barriers disappear. Think about how certain you are that the sun will rise each day. You don't question it, you don't worry about it, you simply expect it. When you begin to expect wealth with that same level of certainty, you create the space for it to show up in ways you never imagined. This is why some people seem to attract money effortlessly, while others work endlessly without results. It's not about luck or worthiness, it's about alignment. Those who receive easily are not forcing things, they've let go of the struggle. They don't stress about when or how it will happen. They trust that it will. Your role is not to map out every detail or control every step. Your role is to step into the feeling of already having what you want, to carry yourself with a deep sense of security and confidence that it is already yours. When you do this, things begin to shift naturally. Opportunities appear without effort. Ideas come to you at the right time. Money finds its way into your life through unexpected paths. You begin to realize that the struggle was never required. Alignment was always the key. Look at everything around you. Every building, every invention, every success story began as a simple thought. Nothing comes into existence without first being imagined. The life you're living right now was once just an idea in someone's mind. This is how creation works. Imagination always comes before reality. Once you truly understand this, you begin to see that your financial future is not controlled by your current situation, but by what you consistently hold in your mind. Most people think wealth is something they must chase, something influenced by luck or circumstances, but that belief keeps them stuck. Wealth is not created by action alone, it begins in thought. The people who achieve great success saw it in their minds long before it became real. They felt it, believed it, and lived from that state before there was any proof. They understood that the outer world is simply reflecting what is happening within. Your imagination is your most powerful tool. It connects what you cannot yet see with what you can eventually experience. If you can clearly imagine yourself living in abundance, if you can truly feel the comfort, the freedom, and the security of that life, then reality will begin to align with that vision. This is not just positive thinking, it is how creation works. Everything starts in the mind. The problem is that most people use their imagination in the wrong way. Instead of imagining success, they focus on fear. Instead of seeing abundance, they focus on what they lack. They look at their situation and keep reinforcing it through their thoughts. But whatever you focus on grows. If you keep thinking about struggle, you will continue to experience it. If you focus on scarcity, it will stay in your life. But when you shift your inner focus to abundance, when you consistently hold the image of wealth in your mind, everything begins to change. Think about the greatest success stories. Before anything was built, before any money was made, there was a clear vision in someone's mind. They believed in it so strongly that they acted as if it was already real. And because they stayed in that state, reality eventually matched their belief. This is why some people attract success so easily while others struggle for years. It's not because of outside advantages, it's because of what they believe on the inside. You have to take control of your imagination, protect it. Don't allow negative thoughts to take over. Instead, fill your mind with clear images of success, ease, and abundance. See yourself living the life you want, not as something far away, but as something that is already happening. Feel the emotions that come with financial freedom as if it's already real. When you do this again and again, something powerful begins to happen. Your thoughts start to influence your actions. Your actions begin to align with opportunities. And everything around you starts moving in a direction that supports your vision. It all begins within you. Your choices, your actions, and even the situations you find yourself in begin to change in ways that don't always make logical sense. Things start lining up differently. Wealth is not built through effort alone. Many people work hard their entire lives and still struggle, not because they didn't try, but because their inner world is filled with uncertainty and fear. On the other hand, those who learn to direct their imagination and consistently see themselves living in abundance rise beyond their circumstances. They don't sit around waiting for wealth to arrive, they accept it as already theirs. They don't just wish for success, they mentally live in that reality until it becomes something that naturally shows up in their life. Your imagination is the foundation of your future. What you repeatedly think about and deeply believe eventually becomes your experience. If you want millions, you must first identify as someone who already has them. You must feel the comfort, the freedom, and the stability of wealth long before it becomes visible. When you do this, life begins to mirror that inner picture back to you. Most people slow down their own progress because they keep asking how. They wonder where the money will come from, what exact steps they need to take, and how everything will unfold. But in doing this, they create resistance without realizing it. The logical mind tries to control everything based on past experience, thinking that without a clear path, success cannot happen. But that's not how things work. The moment you become obsessed with figuring out how, you reveal doubt about what you want. The real key is to focus only on the end result. The outcome already exists. The life you want is already available. Your responsibility is not to figure out the process, but to stay aligned with the feeling that it is already done. Think about planting a seed.